Hey gang, thank you for hanging out with me to do some drawing today. Hope you're all feeling well, hope you're all doing okay, and hope the weather is nice where you are. We had some weird thunder showers today, and they just kind of came in and then took off, just like that. And you know what? I've been changing up my routine a little bit in the morning. I moved from cereal to bread with some butter and jam. Reminds me, did you hear the rumor about butter? You know what? Never mind, I shouldn't spread it. Okay, we are going to do some drawing together. So now is the time for you to run and get a pencil, a pen, a marker or a crayon, or maybe a long reed from a pond that you could dip in some mud and draw with in the driveway. Alrighty, why don't we get right to it? And while you're getting your materials together and everything's getting ready for the drawing activity, why don't I say hello to people in the chat, see who's here, and let's do that now. Alrighty, so hey, Avia, nice to see you. Steven, and Corey and Sam, Howard Pinsky, fellow Adobe evangelist, very nice of you to hang out and join us. Thank you very much. Tamara and Clever and Julia and Diego. What's up, folks? Very nice of you guys to be here. I hope you all have something to draw with now. Today we have a very interesting thing that we're drawing, and this one came by request. So isn't that nice? Yes, you can in fact make requests. Hit me up on Twitter at Kyle T. Webster and tell me what you'd like to do in the Draw Along show. And I like to take those requests, and occasionally I will pop them in here in the show and we can all draw them together. All right, so to do these drawings, as you know, you need to be able to do three kinds of lines. A straight line, like so. That's easy enough, right? I know you could do those in any old direction you like. Some are long, some are short. Easy peasy, bumblebeesy. You need to be able to do zigzag, right? I know you can do those. You can string them together like this. Sometimes they're a little more shallow, like that. And finally, our good friend, the curvilinear line, right? Curvilinear could be a C curve, could be an S curve, could be this way, could be that way. And that is all you need. And then you're good to go. You can draw along with me. So to kick this off, we're going to do a nice straight line. And when I say straight, folks, don't sweat it if it's not perfectly straight. Now here we go. I'm going to draw from right to left here, and that's going to be the beginning of my drawing. Now, if your line is a little wobbly like that, no worries. It's going to turn out just fine, okay? Now we're going to make a slight turn. And when I say slight, watch this. All right, this is not going to be a turn like that. That's a tight one. Watch this. Slight turn, just like that. Okay, now how long is that line, would you say? This is the thing you do when you're drawing, is you measure your lines. You say, all right, that first line was yay long. The second one, well, look, if I go about here, I've traveled the same distance as the first, and I'm maybe adding another half. So 1.5 times that length. Good way to think about things when you're drawing is, how long is this compared to that? Measuring, right? Who knew there'd be so much math in drawing? Now we're going to do a curve. Now watch this curve. It is very shallow. It's a shallow curve. And it's going to come on down this way and end about here. All right, now with these kinds of things, what I like to do sometimes, as you see here, is make a little dot on the page. And when you make a dot, you have something to aim for. You don't have to do this, but it's a neat little trick, right? That way it takes some of the guesswork out of what you're going to do next. All right, so here we go. I'm going to come on down and stop right about there. Any guesses as to what we're drawing? Just kidding, it's a little early here, but hey, what the heck, you can throw out whatever you like and maybe you'll just get it, who knows? All right, now here, this is a really, really tiny line. Are you ready? I'm just gonna cut across to the right like this, bang, and that's all there is to it. Simple. And now I'm gonna come straight up, all right? And only about that far. So we go straight across, straight up. Now we're going to do another straight line. This is going to be at an angle that is kind of parallel to this line here. See this fella right here? Think about the line being kind of parallel to that line, all right? Make this a little longer. All right, here we go. Now it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's going to be similar. So we're going to go up like that. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Okay. Now, another straight line. Folks, straight lines left and right in this illustration. I'm going to come across this way. Here we go. Same distance, more or less. Slightly less, but about the same. If yours is a little shorter or a little longer, don't worry. Nothing bad's going to happen. Your drawing's still going to look fine. Make mine a little bit longer here. because I'm picky, right? That's just how I am. All right, now another straight line. Ready? We're going to go down, but watch this. I'm going to interrupt this line just a hair. Down. Stop right about there. Now, did I come all the way down as far as this? Not quite. A little shorter. Again, if you come down farther, it's not going to ruin anything. No worries. All right, now watch this. I'm going to change direction with a tiny little line like that. Let me zoom in so you can see that. See that? It's a teeny tiny one. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, right next to it. Yeah? And then I'm going to do a zigzaggy, curvy line. It's a zigzag and a curve. Are you ready? Here it comes. I'm going to come up and zag back, and then come up and zag back, and up, like so. So we got kind of a zigzag, but it's also got a curvilinear portion, right? Every step of the way. Boom, 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 boom. Now right next to it here, I'm going to drop a line and stop not quite the same distance as the first one, and then just pop that out and do one little guy like that. Okay? Holy cow, you all are so fast. Clever. And A. Via said Anteater. You're ahead of the game, gang. Yes, we're drawing an Anteater. This is a really fun one, and one that I've never drawn before, and I really like this. And it's a simple one to do, right? So now we're just going to come back here and continue this body. We're just going to come straight across again, right? And not very far, just about like that, because I'm going to now draw the back leg with a diagonal line. Watch this. I'm going to come down to about here. Now again, if you want to make yourself a nice little stopping point, okay, put it about there. See how it's kind of in line where the trunk of the Anteater, the nose of the Anteater, I guess is that what you call it, changes direction, right? So that's about where I want to stop. So here we go. I'm going to cut across and straight down like that. Alrighty. Now, we're going to come down again. Down. And then see where this is lining up? It's about the same. And then I just go 1 and a 2 and a 3. Like that. For those nice little Anteater feet. And now, same as before, we're going to do this zigzaggy kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to stop right about here. I'm showing you about where I want to go for. So we're going to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Like that. See how that back leg is wider? Okay, so we're making it look different from this front leg here. Yeah? Now we're going to do the same thing as before where we mirror what happens here, just to the left of this back leg, and that's for that leg on the other side of the body. Come down, and then 1 and a 2. Like that. And that's creating the illusion of depth, right? Like the Anteater is a three-dimensional animal, right? It is a thing that has dimension. It is not totally flat. So we have some perspective going on with these legs slightly higher up. All right, now this is a very important line. We're going to go long and straight down to about here. All righty? So here we go. Now that's a long distance to cover. If you want to break it up in 2 lines, go for it. Like, look, I could do this. I could go 1, pause for a moment, pick up my pencil, and 2 to get down to there. Sometimes it helps to break it up into chunks, yeah? All right, now we're going to move to the right with a straight line like so. All right, now how long is that line, you might ask yourself? Well, let's see. Okay, I'd say it's at least half of the length of this, maybe slightly longer. Okay. Now here, we're going to be using a nice combination of slightly curved lines. And I'm going to start right here, like so. And I'm going to follow it up with lines that slowly make their way up to where this tail ends. Watch. Go like this. We're going to go 1. Okay. Give these a lot of space. Get a nice big shaggy tail for this Anteater. And then like that. And like this. And maybe one just like that. And that's how you do it. Right? Simple graphic representation of that tail. Right? Couldn't be easier. What about the ears and the eyes? So for the ears, we're going to do just a little C curve. We're going to do it like so. Boop. That's all you need. Adorable. And then for the eye, you have choices here. If you want, you can just do a little dot right about there. That's one option. Or if you want to be a little more cartoony, a little more fun, you can do this, make a circle, and then do a little eye like that. And that's pretty fun as well, right? Okay, now what about that tongue? Well, watch this. Here we go. There is that tongue. I just made a nice curvilinear line, right? Curvilinear, just like that. And we need to have a trail of ants for our anteater. So all you have to do for that is some dots, simple. And so I think I'll do this. I'm gonna make a little mound right here. And watch this, I'm gonna do dots and a curve and some dots and a curve and some dots. See, I'm making the curve with some dots, breaking it up. And then here I'm gonna have some little dots coming up that way. And we can say, ah, those are the ants coming out, and he's just slurping them right up, right? That's a fun way and an easy way to show that. Now what about in the distance we have some grass. Look at this. I'm just doing a few long lines here and there. Some of them connect like the letter V, right? If you want to, you can have something else here like maybe a tree. So I'm not going to touch these lines. I'm going to give a little space and just do a line like that. And another line, and maybe here we just throw a little branch out there, right? Maybe here's another one. And I can do some lines across it like that. Simple, simple. Some more grass. These lines are shorter than the ones in the foreground. Okay, so again, we're showing some depth there. And then here I can just make little shadow under our friend like that. Do you want to add some texture to your anteater? Well, sure, why not? Just do this. Little shaggy bits. They're like the letter W, but they've been sort of distorted. And every now and then I'll do maybe 3 instead of 2, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2. There you go. 1, 2, 1. Alrighty, and that is as simple as it gets. There is a cute little anteater that you can draw. If it didn't go so well this time for you, don't worry about it. You can always play this back and look at the proportions again and study how long each line is step by step, and you're gonna nail it. I know you are. So there you have it, anteater perfection. Okay, let's slide our anteater over because now it is time for what is it? Now this is where I draw something and you just have to tell me what it is. Simple. Now every time we've done this, nobody's ever actually guessed it right yet, but that doesn't mean today can't be the first time that we finally get it. So let's give it a shot. So here we go. I'm just gonna come over this way, and then I'm gonna come down, and then down again, alrighty? And I'm gonna come down this way, and down that way. So far so good? All right, here we go. And like that. Anybody got any guesses? And like that. Okay, and like this, and like this. And I just connect these like that. And that is it. That's the drawing. All you have to do in the chat is tell me, what is it? You say, Kyle, clearly that is a what? I think this one is probably one of the easiest ones we've ever done. So take a look at that. Tell me what you think it is. And if you're right, you get a special prize. And if not, don't worry, we'll play it again probably next week. So the question to you all is, what is it? What did I just draw? Let's see. A cow, a dog. A dog, looks like a dog, says Howard. But it's probably a dinosaur eating a burrito or something. Howard, you think I wouldn't draw a dog just to keep it a dog? I mean, what kind of guy do you think I am? A puppy or a sea captain, says Clever. Sea captain. That's an interesting idea. We've seen the sea captain show up a few times in this game, and he might show up again very soon. We'll see. Circus tent, a vase. The old Trojan dog. Yes, exactly, Sam. Well, listen. You know, time is of the essence, so we got to get this thing moving. I'm sorry, folks. It does look like a dog. However, it is not a dog. I'm just going to flip him over like that for a moment. And let's see what happens now. All right, so I'm gonna just draw a line like this. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna come up this way and that way. Alrighty. Oh boy. It is not a dog. I'm sorry to tell you. It's not a dog this time. No. This is not a dog, is it? So this is a nice guy with a hoodie, and he's just out for a walk. And it's kind of brisk out, so he's got to wear the hat there, keep his head warm, right? Well, folks, you know what? I'll just say better luck next time. We almost got it that time. I felt like we were close that time, but it didn't work out. But that's okay, because now it's time for the animal and activity game. Now, this is the fun part of the show where you suggest to me an animal doing an activity that somebody might not expect, something weird or something strange, something peculiar, or just something that animals normally don't do. All right? And I will read the suggestions in the chat, and then I will attempt in fewer than 10 minutes to knock out a good drawing that we will all love, I hope. Meanwhile, let's take this fella, pull him over there, and we'll take our Anteater, move her up there. And I'm doing this while you all cook up some amazing ideas for me of what I can draw for the animal and activity game. All right, we have a frog playing hockey. Steven, I love that. Right away, I'm pretty excited about that one. So that one is going right up there. A flamingo clipping toenails. That's an interesting one. What would they clip? Would they use their wing and they'd hold it? I could do that. A hedgehog making balloon animals. Tamara, we did do a hedgehog once, but it was in the draw along portion, I believe. I like that. And that's a funny idea because I assumed that the balloon animals wouldn't last very long. A pig eating pizza. That's fun too. A mosquito cooking. Aha. I like it, I like it. A giraffe doing the limbo. Cool. I like that too. Wait a second, we did a giraffe. We may have actually done a giraffe doing the limbo. We might have done that exact idea. I'm not totally sure, but if you look back, I can't remember what episode that was, maybe about a month ago. That sounds familiar to me. A sloth diving off a diving board. These are all great ideas, gang. I am going to do the frog playing hockey for today, so let's get right to it. Now, for this I have to use a light color when I sketch, and then I go over it with a darker color. Anybody who's seen the show before knows that is the method I use because the sketch is everything. Now, I don't know much about hockey. I have to think about the position. So I know that when they shoot the puck, it's like this sort of right out towards, let me think about how this would look. The stick would be out like that, and we'd have the puck flying at us like that, right? So there's that puck flying at us off the stick. And I know they've got like pads and stuff when they play hockey, right? Shoulder pads at least. And they got shoulder pads. I should know more about this, but I just don't. So I'm gonna make it up as I go. Fake it, fake it. I tell you that all the time. Fake it till you make it. I've seen those ice hockey skates are pretty heavy duty looking, right? Aren't they? They're kind of like pretty decent size. And I'm not sure how high up they go, but whatever. And then this other foot is back here. Get that skate. Maybe there's a little more space between the shoe and the skate. I feel like they're a little farther away from the shoe part of the skate, right? Am I making that up? Something like this. That feels kind of right. I think they go up and then down. So up here and then down the back. That feels kind of right to me, shape-wise. But now it's a tricky thing. We got to have a frog head sticking out of here. So let's do that. So we got to get this wide head here. Alrighty. Let's get some big frog eyes there. Every time I draw a frog, I'm basically just like drawing Kermit, folks, because that's like as far as I ever got with drawing believable frog anatomy. So whatever. That's what you get. All right, now I know that the hockey helmets are kind of squarish, aren't they? They come down. Got a little chin strap or something down there or something. All right, there is our hockey playing frog. Alrighty, let's get this hand a little better. Now, you know, I know the clock is ticking, okay? Because this is the thing, I gotta get these done. But if I spend enough time on the sketch, then the final bit of drawing actually goes quite quickly. So the sketch is so important. Gotta nail that sketch. There we go. I'm feeling pretty good about where this is right now. And I'm gonna stretch that just a bit. That's a little bit more dynamic. Okay, and now we go over with the darker color. So I'll grab this darker blue. We come in here and we just go for it. Look at those ridiculous eyes. Okay, chin strap there, up to that hockey helmet, and not sure what the logo would be, but we'll just make something up there. Simple shapes, folks, simple shapes. All right, we come down for that neck, then up for that shoulder pad, and down here gonna have that other shoulder. I'm gonna pop that down that way. There we go. Remember, the sketch is there to help me get to what I need, but it's not like I have to be totally sticking to literally every single line that I drew. Right? That's not the idea. The idea is to use the sketch to figure out how to draw the basic proportions, the lines of action, the gesture of the drawing, okay, if that makes sense. So here's where my love of comic books language comes in handy. That slap shot being represented by those cool little action lines, right? That's always a helpful thing. Okay, and then we're gonna put some padding there. Do a quick time check, and I've got 1 more minute, gang, so here we go. What can I do in a minute? Well, let's find out. Bam, 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 bam. I can draw a hand. I can draw a shirt. And I can have that shirt coming over a leg. And I can throw some wrinkles in right there. And I can throw a shoe in there. Skate, right? Bam, bam, bam. Woo! And we can throw in nice skate right there. And we can come back here and we can do a little foreshortening action and throw that other skate back there. And what do you know? I think we did it. Look at that. Bam, 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 bam. Get that last little detail in there. And folks, what do you think? Did we make it? Indeed. There is our skating frog. Wow. Well, that's it, gang. I'm going to have to see you again tomorrow. I hope you all had a good time. I sure did. Everybody, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Please remember to be kind. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Best wishes to you all.